All right, good morning, everyone. This is the Morning Call with Tom Dabertin on WJOB 1230 AM and 104.7 FM, and it is the second annual Christmas show. And let me just read this disclaimer. This will be another low point in the history of WJOB radio right here in Hammond, Indiana. We're going to be on this morning, and joining me right now on the air is none other than MX. Good morning, MX. How are you?
Good morning.
And
Tom.
Mad Mac is getting prepared to make his grand entrance as we speak. And we even have a live studio audience today. There we are. Hey, let's hear it from our live studio audience. That was all right. Hey,
he brought us donuts.
He brought us donuts.
Deb
brought us donuts.
Call her Deb.
Deb brought us donuts, but she sent her husband to bring the donuts in. So we even have a live studio audience. And let me not forget, because this is a guy that actually wants a career in broadcasting, and after today, it may not be come to fruition. But Matt, of course, is our producer this morning. So good morning, Matt.
We're missing one person. It's
well, hold on. We're going to talk to Matt first. We're going to talk to Matt before before Osama Mad Mac gets in here. We're going to talk to him. There we are.
Headset's being weird, so that's why I'm trying to fiddle with it.
No problem at all. So, hey, look, if that's the worst thing that happens, we'll get out of here pretty safely. But I'm not sure. Excuse me. I'm not sure, Matt, if you ever want to list this on a resume that you actually were the producer of this show this morning. But it's up to you.
Look in the parking lot.
Look in the parking lot. There's
it's
4
a
cars
camel.
out there. Is that 4 cars and a camel? Matt,
it's
is
a
it
man
working
on
now?
a camel.
All right. So, Matt, you want to do traffic and weather?
Yep.
This will be the high point of the next few hours.
Depends on the weather. So today it's going to be a high of 38 degrees, low 26 degrees. A few flurries this morning, otherwise breezy and low with clouds. Thursday there's going to be times of clouds and sun, breezy in the afternoon. It's going to be some snow. It does seem like it's coating to an inch, so who really knows? High of 35 degrees, low of 30 degrees. And on Friday, it's going to be mostly cloudy with occasional snow and flurries with little to no accumulation. And it'll be high of 36 degrees and a low of 17 degrees. For traffic, it is actually not looking too bad in the region. There are some yellow spots. Stevenson Expressway going north. There is a little bit of yellow, and then on 94 East there is that little bit of stop and go traffic from ramp I-90 East to about Addison Street. Besides that, it's looking pretty good.
And Matt, I don't know if you saw this, and the Northwest Indiana Times, of course, we have a partnership with them on the 219 News Now, but last night at 6:30 they posted the following article. This is a headline. State prepares to execute first person on death row in 15 years. And then right under it, they have a picture of a Crown Point fire engine, and it says, riding shotgun with the Crown Point Fire Department. Mr. Corcoran, of course, is being executed for killing a number of individuals with a shotgun. Does that make any sense to you? I mean, who came up with this one?
Who knows?
I don't know. And we should mention that the cast is growing. The cast is growing because Adriana is here as well this morning. So, Adriana, you get free donuts at least from Mike and Deb. They brought in donuts. So, you get something for being here. So, we are on the air, and again, I just couldn't believe, I don't know if you saw that, but I just can't believe the caption saying riding shotgun with the Crown Point Fire Department. Did anybody think through that one? I mean, this has to do with this guy that's on death row. It just doesn't make sense. Also, I want to mention that yesterday, Tom Cruise, did you see this one, MX? Tom Cruise got an award, the highest civilian medal the U.S. Navy awards for his role in Top Gun and Maverick.
Wow, that was good.
And I actually texted Mayor McDermott and said, how do you feel about that? And the mayor's comment was, well, among other things, he said it was that movie that caused him to join the Navy. So he guessed it wasn't too bad of a decision. I mean, to me, I'm sorry, but why are we giving medals out to civilians?
It's a new world.
It's a new world, all right.
It's the one I don't understand. The world I grew up in and the world we are in now, I don't understand.
Hey, Mad Mac, are you ready to make your grand entrance
Osama
yet?
Mad Mac.
Osama Mad Mac, are you ready?
His camel is parked outside.
Actually, he sold the camel. Lynn's Meat.
Oh, it's over here.
Yes, your graphic is up online.
It's supposed to be behind here.
No, it can't be behind here. It has to be there.
Can we move this here?
No, but that will still show up. That will still show up on anybody watching. So anybody watching on Jed TV will see the graphic.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to go behind us.
No, but here he comes making his holiday entrance.
Osama.
Oh boy.
Osama Mad Mac, the terrorist.
I am the region terrorist.
I thought
I've been labeled a terrorist. I almost killed you last night. You didn't know. God's gonna kill you. I don't have to worry about you.
I thought Obama got you.
All right, and for those of you that aren't watching live on Jed TV, Osama Mad Mac has made his entrance. It's Mad Mac dressed up in a Christmas costume with a beard on, a towel on his head, and his Trump flag attached to a hockey stick.
These are the items that I used to terrorize Northwest Indiana, according to Burley. I want to thank her for all the publicity. Why the hell am I not on the camera here? Who's running this? I got to kill somebody? There we go.
Boy.
You're going to Luigi him. You're going to Luigi him.
Well, we're not going to go that far. But yes,
I love the beard.
I've been known to terrorize liberal Democrats in Gary, Indiana, who are friends of Burley.
You might have to put a headset on because they're probably not hearing too much of this.
That could be true.
Hold
There
on.
would be a headset here. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this works. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, we got a little more show prep on this, huh?
You were late.
I said this is going to be another low point in WJOB broadcast history.
All right. Can everybody hear me now?
No,
Do I have to
they
repeat
can't.
everything I just said?
No. We don't need you to
There we
repeat.
go. Well,
we
listen,
heard it all.
Burley, I want to thank you for the publicity on my terrorist organization. So far, so good. We've taken many, many friends and we've terrorized them with just simple flags. Who would have thought putting a flag on a guy's front porch would cause him to call the FBI, the DEA, the CFTC, the CPA Association of America? What did I miss anybody?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think the
Can I say something in
Anti-Cruelty Society.
ASAPC.
The Anti-Cruelty Society, too.
Osama.
Anti-Cruelty Society.
Osama Mad Mac.
And the Burley for President Association.
Can I say something in
Yes,
your
speak.
defense? Because I will be your lawyer through the whole thing.
Hey, do you like my beard, by the way?
Yes.
I like the fact that MX is going to be your lawyer.
He can't even spell lawyer. Listen, this used to be my son's. This used to be my son's afro for his ESPN gig, but it works as a beard though. So
Let your, what do they call that, console?
I think
Dabertin,
you're
how
just
much-
reaching too far.
how much
You
are
guys
you
reaching
regretting
too
this
far.
bit already?
I'm certainly 845-1100. If we have a
minute.
caller, let us know, please.
Well,
maybe even somebody who's calling the wrong number. We'll take
God,
that call.
Is it hot in here?
just think about your camel
I can't
out there.
believe D'Lo paid the
It's
Nipsco bill.
the camel's out there on D'Lo's parking lot. Look what he's doing. He's making a big pile. But anyways, when Mad Mac does something, like when he flushed the toilet on Kujiak, let me finish.
I'm Osama Abdul Mad Mac terrorist.
When Mad Mac does something, like when he flushed the toilet on Kujiak, within 30 seconds, I get a phone call.
I'm innocent. I didn't do that.
This whole thing about the Trump flag, I would have got a phone call. So there's a third party in there doing stuff, and we're getting blamed. You know how it goes.
By the way, I just have to point out that your beard is actually stuck on your shirt, and so it just looks like you've got an overabundance of chest hair that's coming out of your collar.
You're lucky I got a beard.
What is your full name, Osama Mad Mac?
I had it written down, but it's Abdul Rahim Skyhook Hussein.
Yeah.
Obama.
Okay, I just guys.
Obama Insky. Meaning
Guys, so far we're not doing too well. I just got a text from. First off, I got one. No, I got one from Paul Goddard who said, "Good luck on your career after today, even though you're not getting paid." And Mark from Hobart says, "There's only one thing I can say, and it's basically a meme with a guy with his hand over his face, like, oh boy."
Listen, Mark.
All right, 845-1100 is the number to call, and we can still take your calls, and we're gonna take your calls and talk about.
We got Christmas
things.
gifts.
We're gonna have Christmas gifts
from
as well,
Osama.
but we're going to take people's calls. So somebody like Walt bail us out right now.
No calls.
845-1100
The first
is the
Christmas
number.
gift. A woman I truly love. Cousin Phyllis.
Cousin Phyllis is a great person and a great caller. And why are we picking on Cousin Phyllis?
She made something special for me and Mad Mac.
We got cookies.
No, we got rock candy.
Oh, rock candy.
Rock candy.
This is what she made. Actual rock candy.
Yeah.
Why don't you hold this up for the camera? Now, remember what you made us last year?
You know what's scary is you guys actually planned this.
We got
Yeah.
that graphic up there, but we don't have it behind us, though. We really got
Again, the graphic that you're seeing there is what everybody is seeing.
Trucker
so
Mike,
it's coming up.
You ain't got no teeth, do you? Try some of these.
And if you have any, you won't have any after this.
That might be the best line of the morning.
And then
so
she gets
far.
another gift because she's been so good. And
Thankfully, we have a caller. Yes. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. You're on the air.
We got 2
Go ahead.
hours to fill.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Make no mistake about it. This is the best show every year that WJOB puts on.
You need to go see your doctor, my man.
I was going to say.
Hope you've got health
thank you.
insurance for
I was
medical.
going to say, they're modifying the hospital in Dyer as a behavioral health center. We'll get a gift certificate.
Hey, you guys didn't
Thank
even
you.
notice.
You think this is actually you enjoy this? I'm glad you do. It is funny for the most part.
Thank you, Dave.
But Dave,
Well-
I got to say, are you watching this on? Have you actually seen this on online?
I did.
And so
And
you saw
it's
it. You saw the
hilarious.
entrance.
It was wonderful. I think it's absolutely fantastic. This is a good show every year. It's a no baloney show. You're not going to hear any BS, put it that way. So I appreciate what those guys do. I'm looking forward to seeing what Christmas presents everybody gets.
Oh, there are Christmas presents here, and all I can say is the best part of the show this morning is Matt and Adriana. And Adriana's leaving. She's like, "Okay, I'm done. I don't want to be associated with this."
You see the pants Adriana has on. Holy cow. Like she's going to the disco or something.
So I'm particularly interested in what Kuziak gets for a Christmas present.
What do you
What
think? What do you
Hurley
think he's
gets?
getting?
He's got
and
2
what Jed
presidents.
gets.
He's been really good. You know, he's going Republican. He did say that the Democratic Party left him. We just got to get him over the hump of the supersonic car wash where he hung around. And I truthfully think he voted Trump. But here,
Well,
Osama,
we can't-
Osama, what do you think? You're the mystery man.
Well, we can't go through all the gifts yet.
Yeah, we don't want
We don't wanna rush it.
We got some time to fill here, bro. I mean,
We have some time to fill.
what time we got to be on till? 8:30?
Matt, what time are
Does
we on
anybody have
till
any
today?
idea? We have no schedule.
I think
here
we're
like
8
that,
o'clock.
We're on until 8.
Till 8 o'clock.
Till
Munster,
8.
Munster Chamber of Commerce, I think, is coming in at 8, and then the school
When's
city
Shed
of Hammond
coming in
at
to
8:30.
stop the whole thing?
What?
When's Shed going to come
Hey,
in?
as soon as he pulls up.
Can I sing Jed a song? I rehearsed this, Tom.
Okay, go ahead, sing.
Every party has a party pooper. Jed D-Lo, party pooper. We used to sing that at the mill, man.
Okay, well, again,
When the bosses show up, say,
look,
put the whiskey
look,
bottle
even
away.
we can't move a camera over to our audience, can we? Yeah, it's too bad because our audience is now doing like the meme that was just sent to me by Mark from Hobart. His hand is his hand
Tom?
is holding his head. Yes, sir.
one last question before
Yes.
I go. Again, great show, guys. Appreciate whatever
I
you
thought
do.
you're not going to ask if Mervan's
Yes,
coming
I
on.
am.
Yes, we got one for Mervan. Your wishes come
No,
true.
no. Dave's asking if he's coming on to talk about the campaign.
But we do have
That was good, Dave. That was worth the price of admission. That was actually very good.
Hey, Dave, let me ask you a
Guys, have a
question.
great
What
day.
does this beard remind you of?
Well,
You tell me.
anyways, Dave.
Your old girlfriend. Ba-boom.
Oh boy! All right,
Dave,
and our audience has now left us.
Tip your bartender at the door, baby.
Our
back.
audience has left.
come back. We need somebody with no teeth.
All right, we've got another caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, we lost Dave already.
Well, I watch Jed TV every day, but I'd say this is the best experience so far, seeing the Trump flag draped over the desk at the studio. I think it just tops everything.
Yes, and especially the fact that it's attached to a hockey stick from our
Yeah.
51st state.
Jerry?
I'm going to get this in the
Yeah.
whole thing there.
Jerry, you thought Osama, Mad Mac, was gone and Obama got him, but we resurrected him. Like Frankenstein. That's the Frankenstein version.
See, now, hey, Terry, here's what happened. When I went to Trump's inauguration in 2016, 2016, I got some Trump inauguration flag, the little towels. So I take those to pickleball all the time to wipe my face, and then I know all the people who are triggered by this stuff. And I'm like, God, is it hot in here? I better wipe my face off. When I pull this thing up and it says Trump inauguration, and they literally flip their lids.
Well, there isn't 26 informants in this room.
Well, I have to.
We're okay. We're okay.
I have to say, you win the prize as the most festive costume this morning. So you have a festive tie on.
Yeah, plus I have this is actually from my grandfather, who did not immigrate here illegally, but this tie I think is probably might be about 75 years old. No, it's probably no. God, now I think about it, it's probably about 85-year-old tie, and it was my grandfather's. He wore it every Christmas, which was nice. I miss the old guy. He was such a great grandfather, but so that's the tie. But hey, I'll tell you what, Terry, I don't know if you remember, but the history of this Trump flag was when I did the little bicycle riding stunt outside the studio when they had the desk over a little about where the Christmas tree is at. And by the way, Matt and Adriana, thanks for that Christmas tree. That looks
They
fantastic.
did a beautiful job. In fact, we've got to get Adriana because, no offense to Matt, I know he came up with the angel for the top of the tree, but it's got to be Adriana that did the.
Well, actually, with that, Matt brought in all the decorations, and I was handing them to him because he had the headset,
Really?
the wireless
It was
mic.
a team effort.
It was a team effort, yes.
You know what? You guys could rent yourselves out. I mean, you guys could go around and actually do like Christmas trees for people. I mean, seriously,
I have
you
to
did a nice
decorate them
job.
for my other
let's see if
job,
we
so.
can we focus
Oh, there
in on
we go.
the tree.
That's-
Look at
yeah,
that.
that's a
Look at that
better
beautiful
way to
tree.
Christmas tree's so
The
far
tree
away.
actually looks very nice,
There
though.
we go, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, so anyways, with the Trump flag, though, what happened was I was on the bike outside, literally riding my bike with one hand, holding coffee, and then carrying the Trump flag. And I used to call in and question old Sheriff Sausage Fingers Bonage about why the expenses at the jail were so high and why did we pay, as taxpayers, pay for all of these insane medical issues that these prisoners had, who were guys who were arrested like for 10 parking tickets. And I go, there's something wrong here. There's something amiss. I know somebody is cheating the system. And lo
And it
and
had
behold,
nothing to do with the fact that you were there.
allegedly, well, I may have made a stop or two there, but good bologna sandwiches, by the way. But what happened, it turned out to be, is that his girlfriend was the person selling all the medical supplies to the jail. Now, we'll go with allegedly, because she never got convicted of anything. But the day I rode around the studio here on the outside with this Trump flag, 2 hours later, Bonich was indicted right after doing a show here at WJOB. So that proved to be very prophetic, and I was so proud of it. And then it turned out the video.
Osama.
So you're blaming John Bunsich's indictment on you.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take credit. That's for sure. But it was the most viewed video that WJOB ever had at the time, and this will probably be the second one now, right?
They've only had 2 videos.
The words of Osama.
I
All right.
think we're being
Tell you
told
what,
to
I
take
think-
right?
MX, you need to start posting your meetings on X.
Well,
Yeah,
we got a
that's
bunch of them
true.
coming up. Once we get
You
through this,
gotta understand
cousin.
it.
But he's pointing.
Just
He means you need
Hey,
to go
Terry,
on to X.
Terry, I'll
Twitter.
bet you $50 million MX has no idea what X means.
Did you see the video of
What does X mean? Tell him.
You know what X is?
Twitter?
Oh, my God. Look at
$50
that.
million
$50
later.
million, Terry, coming your way, baby. Check
you-
your Venmo.
Terry,
Hey,
did-
Terry, thanks for calling. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. It's the Morning Call Christmas show right here on WJOB, 1230 AM, 104.7 FM. Joined by a cast of characters this morning, that's for sure. We'll be right back.
Oh, of course.
Maybe.
Yeah, you guys,
Really?
you guys can be like
Maybe.
executive producers.
This particular show, the Christmas show?
I mean, just like, you know, producing as a whole.
Yes, yeah, but you're not going to list this show.
No, this
Well, they'll ask us, were you there? And we'll be like,
You know, it's 100 years.
And you'll-
It's 100
and you'll-
years of broadcast history, and this is again one of those low points.
You'll
so.
deny it like Judas
well,
at
no.
the Mount Olive.
What we'll say is they'll be so happy that we were there because then they'll see our skills when cutting people off at the phones and hitting the brakes right before we get to the controversial stuff.
exactly.
So they'll actually be proud that this is on our resume.
So we're gonna be like dead air for the next 2 hours,
Yep,
is what you're
there
telling
you-
me.
Let's
No,
get
you're
this
not
train
even
wreck
being
rolling.
All right, let's
right now.
get the train wreck rolling. Let's go ahead, and we're going to
One more gift for Cousin
one of
Phyllis.
our gifts here.
One more gift for Cousin Phyllis. You read it.
It's a cousin Phyllis has won a free night at Sybaris.
Yes, she's very frustrated when she talks to Jed. And if she wants to go with Mad Mac, that's fine. But anyway,
I'm not that.
Yeah, you know what?
might
I
go.
really
You
like
never know.
Phyllis. Phyllis, I truly apologize to you because this is
now
again.
we had a request for Frank Mervin.
We had a request from Dave for Frank Mervin. Yes,
You read that. No, you read it.
it's
Let
Mervin,
him
by
read
the
it,
way. It's
Karen.
not Mervin. It's Mervin.
Hey, how about what picture is he supposed to put up on that screen?
So this is the.
The picture number of Mervin, dummy.
Go ahead. You read that. I'm not sure.
65.
No, but I'm not sure what it is that you've written. You wrote in like 3 different pens. It's like crayon. It's like crayon. with
Frank
pens.
Mervin.
Union workers.
Oh,
Actually, that's a pretty good meme. So for those of you want to describe it?
well, Frank Mervin is the cowardly lion this year for the MX Mad Mac Tom Dabertin Christmas show. He hasn't showed up to debate Randy Niemeyer. He hasn't showed up to tell us anything about the steelworkers.
Never takes any calls.
Never takes any calls. But this steelworker thing's a big deal, and he should really be coming in. He says he testified 11 times. You know, we want to hear from our congressman what is going on with U.S. Steel.
Well, and let me just say kind of a quick shout out to Randy Niemeyer. I just saw that he posted that his daughter actually just graduated magna cum laude from the University of Alabama College of Nursing. So congratulations to Randy Niemeyer on that.
I thought if you were going to say journalism, I'd go, so what?
Is my headset having problems or no? No. Okay. So congratulations to him on that.
Number
So-
35. Number 35, Matt.
Number 35 goes to Verley, and you want to describe your.
We
That-
give her.
She's my what would you call it? My grand poobah of terrorism?
No. Go ahead, MX. Go.
We give Verley a Trump hairdo. And look at that. Is that the best hairdo
You know,
you've ever seen?
Verley's a
Not
nice
Verley?
person. Why do you have to pick on her? But
It's like cultural appropriation with straight hair there. That's what we would get yelled at
it's
for.
no, that's not right. Don't say that. That's not right. Let's
hell it
keep
ain't.
it. No, we're not gonna. We're
That's
have
the only one
fun,
she
but we're
gets.
not gonna offend. So
I
that
think she
is-
looks good in there.
It's basically if you're listening and you're not seeing it, it is Verley with a Donald Trump hairdo, which whatever that is. Let me ask you guys seriously, what is with Donald Trump's hair? I mean, Mad Mac, you're so devoted. What is with that hair?
You're asking a guy with a fake beard and a towel on his head about aesthetics and good looks?
Well, yeah, you have a point there. But I mean, what is with the guy's hair?
I don't
mean,
know, man. It might be like a combination of a spectacular comb over with better beauty through chemicals or something. But
I
you know
mean-
what? You know what? If that guy had an arrow through his head and he dyed his hair purple, he's going to go down as one of the greatest presidents of all time. I swear to God, on November 6th at about 2:30 a.m., I knew every day that I woke up in the next 4 years was like Christmas morning. Thank God for this guy. Literally, thank God for Donald Trump.
So you voted for Donald Trump, did you?
15, 16 times, yeah. I got them all in. Two different states, too.
845-1100 is the number to call. Somebody bail us out.
Hell yes,
All right,
just like
let's
a good,
see.
just like a good
let's-
Democrat.
Number 40.
Oh, yes, number 40. Of course, Jed, the owner of WJOB.
Oh yeah, tell a story.
Who may not want to claim that he owns the station after today. This is a good one. Go ahead, pull this one up. There we go. And it is a picture of Jed with a model Subaru, and it's on fire. You want to explain this one?
Yes. I wonder if, and I've asked Jed this before, did you sell this to somebody, some poor soul? We know you ripped everybody off at the border straight, them old women in the retirement. Did you really sell this car to somebody? We want to know where the Subaru is.
Did he sell it?
Why I want to know. It's
Oh,
all of a sudden he had all this trouble, and now it's gone. We don't know where the Subaru's at.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I thought the meme was funny, but
He
I
was
don't
here.
think
He
the
was here
story-
yesterday. There was no car up on blocks in the parking lot. So,
Yeah, well,
or with a big singe mark in it, or
all right. Let's do
you ever
number.
see a guy had so many problems with one car?
Tell you what, let's do number 60. Number 60 actually is fairly funny because it's a play on the Christmas Story. There you go. Tim Walz being looked on by Elon Musk, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump. Who's the guy in the background? Who's the
That's Donald
Don
Jr.
Jr.?
It's Don Jr.
And they're all watching. They're all
Elon Musk?
watching Waltz stick his tongue to a metal pole, reminiscent of the movie A Christmas Story. So there you go.
Well, we had to have a Christmas story,
Well, we do because the Christmas Story was local.
and we Photoshop.
Of course, unfortunately, people don't realize that, and people spend a lot of money to go to the house in Cleveland that was used for the actual
Filming?
movie, even though the real house is just
On Cleveland.
is
it
on
still-
Cleveland,
is it still
which
here?
is just yeah, sure is.
Sure is. I
Never,
drove by.
never seen the house. Never seen the movie. Am I the only guy?
You've never seen A Christmas Story? Have you read the book?
Now,
Never
shoot
read
your eye
Gene
out,
Shepard's
kid.
book.
I don't know how to read yet.
You
Gene
got to
Shepard,
remember,
Gene Shepard
he's
was
from,
a high point of WJOB.
He's
Of
from
course,
way,
he started his
way,
career here.
24
way over.
hours during Christmas.
Hold on,
How-
go ahead.
Yeah,
How have
every
you not
Christmas.
seen it? It's on 24 hours on Christmas Day.
But he's from another country.
I don't. We don't have.
They don't
TV.
even have TV.
But
have-
they
we
watched
have
that for the
camels.
American dream.
Did you bow to Osama here? You
No.
see this stuff he's got right here? You know how Jed itches? He would really scratch if he seen this.
Yeah, I got this from Jed. I shaved him yesterday afternoon, so
Oh, brother.
glued this all together.
Hey, I think it's your glue's falling off there.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to watch Ray Rayner, and he did a Christmas show.
Oh, I love
And
Ray
yeah, and you know what? This is nothing like it.
Rayner.
This is nothing like it. I mean, we do have a do-it-yourself Christmas tree
Is
Ray-
made from a plunger
From the Redneck Riviera.
from
Is
the Redneck
Ray Rayner
Riviera.
still with us?
No, Ray Rayner died some years ago. I told
okay.
the story about Ray Rayner and the museum,
Because
right?
he was Cookie at on Bozo Circus.
No,
right?
he was Oliver O'Oliver.
Oliver. Okay.
Yeah. So when I was at the Museum of Science and Industry, Rick Mossels, who I've had on many times, and Rick, of course, we've been friends since we were 5 years old. Rick used to call and tell my secretary all the time. He'd say, these famous people. He'd say, I'm Bobby Hull, and she'd say, Bobby Hull is on the phone. It's like, Bobby Hull is not on the phone. It's my friend Rick. And he'd call and he'd throw out all kinds of names. Well, in the meantime, I called Ray Rayner. He had retired to New Mexico, and I called him and left him a message to call me to see if he was going to come in and read night before Christmas to kick off Christmas Around the World. And he called back, and my secretary answered the phone, and she says a few things to Ray Rayner that you can't say on the air because she thought it was Rick Mossels. So she kind of swears at him and cusses him out.
Wow.
And she says, hey, just so you know, that blankety blank friend of yours, Rick Mossels, just called and claimed he was Ray Rayner, and I really told him off. And
This is the same girl I thought Bobby Hall was calling.
Yes. And I said, that was Ray Rayner. And I had to call Ray Rayner. And Ray Rayner is the nicest guy on earth, but he's like, well, Tom, if you don't want me.
Would have loved to date her.
Oh, boy.
What? Do they still do Christmas around the world at the museum? And
Yeah,
stuff?
they do. They do. Christmas Around the World really was started in the 1940s as kind of a commemorance of countries that were under Nazi control. And that's how it got started. And then it continued after the war. And I still remember there was a tree from Belarus, and there was a woman every year who would decorate it. And as soon as we'd have the opening, she would show up and chain herself to the tree. And
I do remember reading about that.
I'd have to have the Chicago police cut her loose. She'd chain herself every single year.
We used to go there all the time when we were little, man.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
we lived over on 63rd and Walcott. We just shoot straight down 63rd to Lakeshore Drive and then head over there, and it was like, it was just. I mean, in the place, it was like you were going to like another country.
Well, one of the mistakes the museum made was back in the 50s. They thought about trademarking Christmas Around the World, and they didn't.
Whoops.
And by the time when I was there in the 1980s and 90s, we checked into it, and by then it was considered to be in the public domain. So everybody does kind of a Christmas Around the World.
They should have called Gene Simmons from Kiss. He would have trademarked that thing in 2 seconds flat.
Well, unfortunately, again, if it's held in the public domain, you can't trademark. So we have a caller. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning.
Sorry about that.
I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue. You just mentally deranged me because you put a Trump wig on my head. I am mentally deranged. I mean, mentally traumatized. Now I'm gonna sue.
Okay. Well,
The Trump hat.
Thank you for
Was
calling.
that supposed to be?
I-
We don't even want to guess.
We do have a Trump hat.
Hey, now listen, callers. Hey, just as a heads up, if you're gonna call in and be funny, we have to understand what you're saying.
Yes, and if you're
That
going to call in
helps,
and be
yeah.
funny, you'd help us out.
Yeah. Now
I will
if
say
you-
they
and
sounded like, you know how in the cartoons when they have the older adults kind of talking, like in the older ones, that's how that caller kind of sounded. I was like, am I watching Tom
Wait a
and
minute,
Jerry right
Adriana,
now?
why did I just see a phone in your hand?
I don't. I have my
No,
computer.
you hung it up now. Yes, you hung it up now.
Adriana,
Right
if you
here?
call, make sure we can understand you.
Oh, no problem.
All
I got
right,
you.
845-1100
I'll turn
is
my
the
mic
number.
up.
845-1100 is the number. So let me ask you this. You know, Christmas is coming up. It's next Wednesday. First off, all four of you chime in. Have you done your Christmas shopping yet?
I'm off the hook for Christmas shopping, kind of. Well, my
Well,
kids,
nobody talks to you.
my
Nobody
kids,
likes
my
you
kids
or
are all
what?
going to be out of town this year, so yeah,
I
we
just,
can buy some stuff.
I just thought it
this,
was
that,
because
and
you
the
were
other.
antisocial.
Well, that might be part of it, but
You're dressed as a terrorist. I mean,
no,
what
actually,
more
actually now I'm thinking about it. Like everybody's out of town. Gal Pal's out of town. The kids are going to be out of
the
town.
dog's going out of town.
Dog will be staying, but yeah, he'll be visiting though. We got a couple little kids in there, so.
All right, MX. What about you?
I'm a one-stop shopper.
You mean literally at one stop shop?
I go to Cabela's.
You go to Cabela's. Okay,
Yeah,
Cabela's is a good store. By the way, I meant to put the picture up and I forgot to do it, but I took the dogs to Cabela's for their Christmas photo this year,
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
and actually very well. And Duke and Luna both went up and down the escalator. Yes.
Wow.
And I think now
hysterical, man.
when Duke gets on stairs, he just figures they're going to move for him, so he doesn't have to. But he liked it. Adriana, do you have your Christmas shopping done?
I have every single person done except for one.
Okay, and how many people are on your list, Adriana?
There's a good maybe 20.
20
Holy
people.
cow.
20 people.
I'd say so, yeah.
And I think it's safe to bet that Mad Mac's not on the list.
Oh, I bet that list is going to be adjusted here though, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. And Matt, what about you?
Haven't even started.
Haven't even
Haven't
started.
even
It's
started.
next week.
I will do it eventually.
Well, today's only Wednesday, so we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay. yeah,
You know
so
what
we got time.
what drives me nuts is, so I go out the other day with Donna and we're going to go shopping and we're going to pick up some gifts, and I go to local stores. And every store that I went to, they didn't have what I wanted, but then they say, "Whoa, we can order it online and send it to you." Like, well, I could have sat at home and ordered it online, but I decided to go to out to local stores, they don't have it. So,
But was there a display item for what you wanted at these stores or no?
no, but I will say I went to a place called, and Adriana may even know what it is, Francesca's in Cherville.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and so that was for my daughter, of course, and went in there and showed the clerk what I wanted, and she said, well, we don't have that, but we can have it shipped to your house, and it can be there on Wednesday or Thursday. So it'll be here today or
I was
tomorrow.
going to say, hopefully it doesn't
No,
be
no,
next
this week.
Wednesday or Thursday.
But you know, I mean, it was very efficient. And then I went to Hyman Ace Hardware, my favorite Ace Hardware store on planet Earth, the Whiting Ace Hardware. And my future son-in-law wanted a
bazooka.
yeah, no, he wanted a cordless battery-powered shop vac.
Oh, your future
And-
son-in-law?
Yes, and so I went and. They didn't have it, but once again, they said they could have it, and they said they'd have it by today, and I got it yesterday. So I mean, it is nice that they can get it, but I just thought it was interesting that every place that I went to buy stuff, it's like, we don't have it. I mean,
You remember back in the day when moms would go out and buy those little Lunchables, from Oscar Mayer?
Oh, sure.
And so that thing would be in a package, right? And it'd have a lot of plastic and and then another wrap around it, and it came in a cardboard box, right?
Right.
And remember all the crazy libs would go, "You got so much packaging here. You're ruining the environment. We're going to run out of space by the year 1955."
And now we produce packaging for everything.
We
Yep.
can't produce enough cardboard to ship a lipstick separately to the same house where there's going to be 18 other boxes dropped off at the same time from the same place, right?
And the thing is that, cardboard actually is probably the exception to the rule because it actually is recycled, and so is glass, and so is aluminum. But a lot of what you throw in your recycling bin doesn't get recycled at all. So it ends up being ground up and put in a landfill.
That's why your boy. That's why your boy.
Number
Tommy,
10.
Tommy
All right, we're going to do number 10 now. We have a special gift for Mont Hanley just said, Tom, your show should be sponsored by Polyjohn. And
the
you can
laser
spell it-
tech?
No, Polyjohn as
Oh, the
people that
plastic
make
corporation?
No, the people that make portable toilets.
We have one of those, man.
Yes.
We got one
And-
coming up, man. Oh, that's number 10. Oh, okay.
Okay, so number 10. You want to
I had a
explain
visit
this
with
one?
my
Go
buddy
ahead.
Mont yesterday, by the way.
Go ahead and explain number 10.
Number 10 is Kuziak with a Trump Vance hat on. I think he needs to come out of the closet because he was like I was a few years back. The Democratic Party left me. He just got to make that next step, and I made that next step. So we're to give him. He doesn't have to.
Thank God you made the next step. Good Lord.
Osama.
I rescued you, bro. Don't kid yourself.
And Matthew, I just sent you the photo of Duke and Luna with Santa Claus. So
Could we have a? Oops, sorry.
so we have number 10. We have number 10 done. That was the ode to Dave Kuziak. So there you go.
Hey, now remember what happened last year? We did we photoshopped. We
can't do two in a row on the same person.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Remember last year what we did? We put Kuziak in. Remember when he was a big fan of Joe Biden, and and Kuziak published that picture of him with Joe Biden. So we put Trump in there.
Yes.
And we left the frame picture in here. So
And he hasn't spoken to me since.
Kuziak came in the next week and saw the picture. He literally flung it against one of the walls and smashed it.
And yes, and he.
And D-Lo goes, "What did you guys do to Kuziak?" I'm like, "Well, we just made a picture of him, man." Dave, if you're listening, call in.
Yes, 845-1100
Flush
is
the
the number
toilet
to
on
call
you.
in. And yeah, don't ask people to give us a salute. We've already earned a few this morning. We're turning cards over. Okay, all right. So Matt, can you get that one up?
What's the number?
The photo? Not yet. He's working on it.
Which number?
Oh, you want the dog photo?
No, the dog photo.
Oh, the dog
The
photo.
dog
Okay,
photo.
give
You
me-
want to put the
give-
dog photo up? So people always ask, well, they hear about Duke and Luna.
We're doing pre-production
So-
while we're on the air here.
So we just got Donna just sent me the photo from Cabela's, and I gotta say it was kind of nice. Cabela's is first of all a very nice store, no doubt about it, and it's a huge store. And so the dogs, the problem was that number one, when you walked in, they had a guy greeting people, and he's standing there, and he's got dog treats. So Duke, the golden retriever, decides, well,
I'm not
if
moving.
I sit down,
Yeah.
I get a treat. So Duke decided to sit down everywhere in the store. Every time somebody walked down the aisle, he sat because he thought he was going to get another dog treat. So see if we can get this up here. It's coming up.
You
now.
should have taken a video of the dogs walking the elevator.
No,
escalator.
the escalator. Yeah, if they were walking the elevator, that would be
That would be a
quite,
miracle,
That would
yeah.
be quite miraculous. Yes.
They're sitting so well for pictures.
You know what? There they are. There is Duke
Oh,
and
wow.
Luna, and Duke is about 100 pounds, and Luna's about 60 pounds. And you can kind of see those leashes are being held pretty tautly. So but they're good dogs.
okay. So if they didn't have the leash on, would they get up and walk away or something? Or
Probably. Duke was somewhat interested in the woman who was taking the photos had a little squeaky toy, so Duke was interested in that. And Luna was interested in just about everything else in the
now,
store.
who's the dog on the right, the black one?
That's Luna.
Now, what was she like, in a car accident or something like that? Because she looks like she's got a neck brace on, like a
No. That's her holiday
Skokie
collar.
collar
That's
or
her
something.
holiday collar. So that's a holiday collar. Duke has one too.
Oh, okay.
So they have holiday collars. So Duke is an English cream golden retriever. Kind of unique. He has the angel wings. You
Looks
can
like he
see
needs
him
a
on the
little
front.
Ozempica there, huh?
And he is actually a pure English cream golden retriever, which are stocky dogs. They were bred to shepherd, and so he uses his chest. In fact, if he saw you, he'd probably knock you over. He will use his chest to kind of push his way through. And Luna is a black lab mix. And when I've told the story before, when I went to get Duke, Peggy Katona, who was on the board of the Humane Indiana in Munster. She knew that my previous dog had passed away, and she said, Tom, the only way to get over it is to get another dog. And she said, there's a golden retriever coming in. You got to be there. So I went to get the golden retriever, and when I was in the acclimation area, they call it, I go in, and there's two dogs.
Acclimation area?
Well, so you get to
Oh,
meet
yeah,
the
yeah,
dog.
okay.
So I go in there, and there's two dogs running around. I'm like, oh, well, what's the other dog doing here? And they say, oh, she didn't tell you? They're friends, so you get them both. So I ended up with two dogs. But I'm happy.
man.
Let's take a quick break. It's the Morning Call Christmas show right here on WJOB, 1230 AM and 104.7 FM. We'll be right back, God willing. Right here on WJOB, 1230 AM, 104.7 FM. And I want to make sure that I give plenty of credit to Matthew and Adriana for producing this episode this morning. They're like, yeah, thanks a lot. And, of course, I'm joined by none other than Mad Mac and MX and Mad Mac.
Good morning.
So, MX, you got to explain to listeners, how did you come up with making these memes? Because your memes are pretty popular.
My buddy that moved to Kentucky, we were riding illegally in Gary somewhere, undisclosed location, and I asked him, I seen something first got on Facebook. It was Batman and Robin, but they photoshopped the heads of George Bush Jr., the president, and Cheney. So I asked my friend, I said, how do they do that? I thought it was just hilarious. So that's how it started out. He said, you go to paint. And then, the memes were terrible in the beginning. But you have to remember, I did shoe leather traffic. I was like this bum going from tavern to tavern, wherever Preacher sent me. And I do want to mention, Preacher, thank you for giving my start in shoe leather traffic with WJOB.
Hell, in show business.
Show business.
Yeah.
So, as I got more advanced,
And the dollars just keep on rolling.
There's no business like MX show business.
and Jed said that I never showered, and, it's like this dumb guy is making memes. So, but nobody knew my background. So, when Jed started saying I smell and don't take a shower, I said, wow, this is really... And then I evolved from that.
And what year did you start posting?
2012.
Yes, and in particular, I remember one of your earliest postings, which was me as Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You did the Bigfoot posting, which was quite hilarious, actually.
Do you actually remember what was the very first one you made?
I might have been one of the first.
So
You got to pull your mic down.
So the one with Bigfoot is when they were stealing all the catalytic converters at the airport in Gary. So I had you as Bigfoot driving away with a catalytic converter in a Volkswagen over there in Gary. I said, oh, I really don't know this Tom Dabertin. I hope he takes it okay.
Well,
And you took it good.
Yeah, you took the photo. You took the photo. I had actually put a photo out on Facebook because my daughter and her girlfriends and I went to the Thanksgiving Day parade, and you cut my head from a photo. It was with the
hat on, your hat.
Yes, I had the hat on, and so that's how you came up with Bigfoot. I was one of your earlier creations.
Preacher had me go hunting for Bigfoot, which was you. So he said you need to go. So it all kind of gelled in a way, but my memes now are the current, and we have current memes of Christopher Ray. We got Christopher Ray, I think, here, and we have Nancy Pelosi. But if you want to go to the next meme,
Hey, how long has Preacher been gone again?
2012.
Is that when it was,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been some time. It's been some time. We have another Christmas gift. Go ahead, MX.
Number 75.
Oh, yeah, that's our clickety click, 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 click.
There it is. You just passed it. There it is. Now, if somebody could call in and say who's the WJOB Democrat cheerleader.
We have 3 callers, so we've got people who want to chime in.
Well, just so you know, the graphic on the screen is a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, but somehow Dave from Lily White Miller Beach got his head put on a cheerleader's outfit for being a Democratic.
845-1100. Let's take some calls. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Brad Gimbel. How's it going?
Well, Brad, you tell us. I mean, I don't think. Let's put it this way: if Bitcoin and other currencies were connected to the show, they'd be in the red.
Yeah, they probably would be. I mean, I got to give you guys credit, though. Compared to Monday and Tuesday morning this week, it was more like Silent Night and Midnight Mass due to this Christmas show. I mean, you guys are kicking it. It's still before 7, so let's just take a second here. Hey, look, so far, you guys, check this out. This is just the end of 2024 here. The Taliban wants peace. Putin says Western society is not the enemy. Mexico's starting to secure the border. Saudi Arabia's kicking out Hamas. New York decided to clean up its migrant crisis. Xi Jinping of China came out and said he wants a peaceful existence with the United States and Trump. The chief of the EU Energy wants to dump Russia and buy LNG from us, America. Putin said he wanted to end the war in the Ukraine. And you know what else since it happened? It all happened in the first week Trump coming in. Can we say we got a little bit of positivity going on?
And Brad, that's one of the best imitations I've ever heard of Mad Max. That is a great imitation of Mad Max. No, you know what? I have to say there are some things that are going certainly in the favor of this country right now. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And by the way, don't forget, what's the name of the president of Hungary?
Oh gosh,
what is it?
Oh no, yeah, I can't think of his name.
It's not Erdogan. That's
no. That's the
You're close though. You're close.
Right, something similar. Orbach, something like that.
I think it's Orbach.
He is supposedly working on creating a ceasefire that's supposed to be announced Christmas Day between Ukraine and Russia because he has relationships with both at the behest of your favorite president.
Yeah, zero chance of that happening. They just blew up the head of the chemical warfare division of the Russian army with a frickin' scooter. In Ukraine, then, not only did they do it, the guy's pieces had not even hit the ground yet, and Ukraine goes and takes credit. Can't you be like the Jews and just go, we have no idea what happened?
Well,
so now we're in the problem. These guys
nonetheless, I think I personally believe that the war in Ukraine will end up with a ceasefire very quickly. I really do. I believe that.
I do too. I do
hope
too. I
so.
think it's going to happen. I got some positive thoughts about what's going to happen here in 2025. Everybody's just got to hang on. It's going to get a little rough and hairy here at the beginning, but just hang on because I'm not going to open my mouth yet, but I will in a couple calls. Hey, check this out. You know the drone thing? I got a whole new take on it. I don't know if any of you guys heard about it.
The what
but
thing?
The drones.
The drones. The whole drone thing. Now, this gets really interesting, folks. This is really hardcore hot chatter on the internet.
Okay, now, if you,
So the
if you
essay-
mention the moon landing, I'm going to hang up on you.
Hey, man, they found a cure for baldness on the moon, buddy.
Okay,
Hey,
don't
check it
start.
out. The
Listen, dude, I know
the
where you
S-
live. Don't get
Do you
Go
want
ahead,
to get
Brad.
Do you want to get Luigi? Keep
Yeah.
messing with Osama.
Go
man.
ahead, Brad.
Okay, so the FAA Reauthorization Act of 2018 expires on December 20th. And that gives the federal government the theory is that they're using these out there, these drones, because they need Congress to pass the new H.R. 8610 Counter UAS Authority, Security, Safety, and Reauthorization Acts, which will include appropriations to enhance governmental powers to use drones. Look it up, folks. They're duping us again. They're going to have a, you know what? When those drones show up in front of your window and it puts on a mask, you know we're in trouble.
Well, again, Brad, there's these folks that believe that they're coming from outer space are insane. Because again, think about it. You've mastered the ability to travel hundreds of light years to Earth, and then you're going to use drone technology that's basically archaic compared to your technology. So that's
wait.
Yeah.
So Bradley, why, in all seriousness, how does bombarding the skies on the East Coast with drones that are irritating the hell out of everybody? And the politicians claim they don't know a thing about it, but we probably know it's some federal government bureau doing this, like the military.
Well, Donald Trump already said that the Biden administration should release what the cause is. That he's
right, but why would they? How would doing this get them help them achieve their goal of getting another bill passed?
Well, because it scares the people, and the theory is that they're going to say that it's from another country like Iran or China, and that gives them the excuse to go to war,
right.
And that's part of the bill.
To go to war?
So they can start a war by saying that Mad Max drones are flying over the WJOB studio, and now that we know that they're Mad Max drones, we can go to war with Mad Max. So that's the theory behind it. Hey, man, I'm just passing on what I find on the Internet. I'm going to start drinking any second because today's the first day of Christmas for me after this show.
All right, Brad. Hey, thanks so much for calling. Have a great day.
Oh, we got
Have a
more
good day,
callers.
you
Merry
guys.
Christmas. All right, 845-11. We've got a couple more callers.
we
Let's
gotta
take
get through
those
these
callers.
guys, yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Three Amigos and Mork and Mindy on the other side of the window.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be teaching people how to drive trucks right now, bro?
Well, the show was so wonderful. The show was so wonderful. I was getting
That
in
you walked
truck
out.
number
You
4.
left.
No, I was getting in the truck, and my wife knows this. If I ever win the Powerball or one of them lottery tickets, all of that money, I'm going to buy the rights to the song Santa Baby, because it seems like every time I get in my vehicle, they must know I'm listening to radio, and they play that Santa Baby.
Yeah,
I
they
not
do.
like
They
that
hone in.
song.
They hone in, and they know when you're starting your truck, and that's when they play it.
It's like
We
liberal
do-
psychological
we
We
do
do
warfare.
want
have
to
to-
thank you though for the
Yeah.
donuts. We want to
Thank
thank you
Deb.
for the donuts.
Thank Deb.
Deb. Well, we want to thank Deb.
Call
for
her
the
Deb
donuts.
for the
Boy,
donuts.
I tell you, you guys were doing so good until you played that song. I mean,
It's just
it
in the
was wonderful,
rotation,
but-
bro. Don't let it get to you.
How's your teeth
Hey,
after eating that rock candy? As soon as you had one piece
Well-
of rock candy, you left.
Yeah, I know. I had to go to the dentist to get false teeth now.
Well, we ain't
All
gonna,
right.
we ain't gonna say who made
Mad
them.
Mac, after the show's over, it'd be a nice idea if Mad Mac takes what's on his chin and put it on his head.
Oh, hey, listen.
warm.
Listen, you
warm.
better keep that truck driving teaching job, bro, because comedy's not going to work for you, my man.
Osama
Yeah,
Mad Mac
not
is
working.
gospel.
It's not working for any of us either. Though.
Osama Mad
I
Mac
wanna-
is gospel. Okay, let's go to the next
All
one.
right.
I gotta finish working here. But it was a pleasure seeing you guys this morning. enjoying the show. And
Well, you know what? It was
keep
a
up the
real
good
pleasure.
work.
It was a real pleasure to see you walk in with donuts. That was a real
It's
pleasure.
a good pleasure just to see you walking, Mike. Glad you're over all your
Yes.
medical stuff and you're doing well.
I'm sure glad Mork and Minnie is keeping you guys under control.
All right, take care.
Merry
Take
Christmas,
care,
Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yep.
845-1100. We have another caller. Nope, the caller hung up because they said, this is not worth it.
Praise Allah.
Now we have another gift, and this one is for a friend of mine.
Hey, are we supposed to
So be
say at the
nice.
top of the hour you're listening to WJOB
12:30
AM,
AM,
1230 FM, 10 what?
You're listening to WJOB 12:30 AM and 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana.
Thank God I'm here. To
Number
voice
20.
of
All
reason.
right, number 20, and this is a friend of mine. Of course, everybody knows Brent Brazier. He is the owner of Doc's Smokehouse in Dyer and other locations. Explain why you gave him a pink hat.
It just isn't about being a liberal Democrat on the radio with Kuziak. I asked him to go up to the Redneck Riviera, and he was ready to go until he seen the picture of the bear. Now on YouTube, Jed and Brent look for a dog to go to the Redneck Riviera. So he gets the Pink Hat Award for the year for his due diligence on Fridays against Trump. He gets the pink hat.
These guys, I can't, between him, Kuziak, what's his name, Kevin Pastrick, and Matt Reardon, I never heard four guys more shocked that Donald Trump won the election.
Well, I got to go back to this.
Although I might have to
meme,
take
though.
Kuziak out of that.
The meme. I mean, it looks like Brent's a conehead. I mean, you didn't just give him a hat; you gave him like a tower on his head.
And you know what? It's an American hat.
It's an American-made
Made
hat.
in America.
Made in America.
Made,
All right. Well,
made by. I won't even bother.
I think
with
that fell pretty flat. What about what we should talk about? The commissioner of pickleball.
Yes.
The commissioner of pickleball. You want to switch gear here?
Well, we were going to do a little homage to Tom McDermott for starting pickleball in Hammond. He had here, boom, off the thing.
You
there.
almost hit the screen.
Yeah, we did our best, but yeah. So I don't know if anybody knows up in Hammond though, but Tom McDermott came through with his threat to say, hey, if any more guys in Hammond get murdered on our basketball courts, we're going to change them to pickleball. He said that on the air. And lo and behold, he took the Gene Shepherd Center and took out all 3 basketball courts and changed it to 12 pickleball courts. Great place, a lot of fun.
Well, actually, part of it, the real reason is, of course, they've got the center just up the street here.
Yeah, with the new YMCA and the Sportsplex.
Right next door. The Sportsplex has all the basketball tournaments. So they took the Gene Shepherd Center and turned it now into an indoor pickleball court facility, right?
Yeah, it works great. I mean, it's a nice place, a lot of fun.
How many pickleball courts are there in there?
Total of 12.
12. Wow.
Yeah, and they got a little bar in there. So, and I don't know the guy's name or the distributor works for, but it's the guy that Rick, what the hell's his name now? I got a blank on his. Who's my boy who runs Griffith? Rick
Reif.
Rick Reif. Oh my God. Sorry, Rick, for forgetting your last name. But our beer vendor there that does a great job for us. They took him over there and he's got a little operation. They called it Flicks inside there. So you can go play pickleball. You can sit down and have a Diet Coke or a beer.
All I can say is pickleball is unbelievably popular. There's pickleball courts in Pompano Beach where we have our condo.
Oh, dude, they're everywhere.
And there are people in line waiting to play. 845-1100, we have another caller. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Yes.
Hello.
Where?
I think yes.
You must have the wrong number. Were you looking for a real radio station or us?
Well, I use that term loosely.
Yes, very.
Anyway, yeah, this is Rick. I've been listening to WJOB for 52 years, and this is the funniest this has ever been. All I want to say is you three guys are pillars of your communities. You got the mayor of Hessville.
Thank you.
You got the hardest working guy from Inglewood.
Yeah.
And
Love
Tom
my
Dabertin. Tom Dabertin, you put Whiting, Indiana, little bitty tiny Whiting, Indiana, on the map of the world.
Yeah, well, we're very proud of Pierogi Fest, no doubt about that. I appreciate the compliment on that.
And someday, in about 50 years, when you pass on and go to the upper room, I hope to see a big 6'9", 300-pound statue, bronze statue of you, right there at the entrance when you go in, off the boulevard into 119th Street.
With a catalytic converter in his hand. That's Bigfoot.
And the biggest piece of bronze.
He's giving me a compliment, guys. You had to ruin it, didn't you? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But, we're of course, already thinking about Pierogi Fest 2025, and it's coming up. And we hope to, once again, make people very, very happy. And don't forget, we have the Pierogi Drop on New Year's Eve at 119th and Atchison Avenue. And in fact, next Thursday when I'm on, right about 7 a.m., Andy Dybel, who's the chairman of the Pierogi Drop, is going to be on with me to talk about the Pierogi Drop festivities.
Can I say what McDermott got MX for Christmas?
What did McDermott get MX for Christmas?
McDermott is carte blanche. He gets no more cartoons. McDermott give.
I told him that, by the way. I did tell him what you said.
What did he say?
No more cartoons.
It'd be no mas, not carte blanche.
No mas.
No mas, right.
Okay,
not
no
carte
mas.
blanche.
Well,
Hey, when is the next election for the Hammond mayor?
I think it's like 2 years away, 2 or 3 years away.
Are you going to run?
No. I'm in a wheelchair. I can't run. What I want to do, what I'd like to see is somebody needs to take Mont Hanley and rent him an apartment in Hammond so he can run against Junior.
Stay tuned. That's all I can tell you.
You know what? I have to say, you look at some things, and people always have criticisms, but if you look at what Tom McDermott's been able to do, just as an example.
I never finished what I was going to say.
Well, we're going to get to that, but we're going to let the caller kind of gets to set the tone. I mean, you look at some of the things he's done. He has torn down, I believe, more dilapidated structures than any community in Northwest Indiana. He has, people said, Woodmar, what are you going to replace Woodmar with? And you know what? You go by the Y right now, and that place is packed. Okay,
yeah, big time.
And the city basically was able to get that done. They've got the Sportsplex right next to it, which has become very successful. And MX, I was going to lead into you because you were one who argued with me about closing the gas stations overnight, but the gas stations closures actually has reduced crime. So he's done a lot of good things. Go ahead, MX.
Mayor Tom McDermott is carte blanche for giving MX a shot spotter. Boy, did I take a beat.
No mas.
But in the
carte
mill.
blanche means that.
But that's what we called it in
the
mill. That's what it means in the mill. You're carte blanche. Yeah. So you got to relate what is on the inside and what comes to the outside. He gets no more cartoons because he finally gave MX his shot spotter. They shut down the gas stations, and it's real quiet. But I'm interested, what did Mayor Tom say about being carte blanche?
He just smiled and said, "Thanks, good to know."
Is he gonna be okay with it?
I think he's gonna be fine.
Then he closed the stall door and walked out of the bathroom.
I think he's gonna be fine.
Hey Rick, real quick, what do you think of how's the future look here with Donald Trump in office?
I tell you what, man, he's going to have a hell of a time getting these illegals out of here when they dropped all their IDs at the border. I hope it doesn't create chaos, people killing one another, riots in the streets. But, his cabinet and stuff, I think he should start at the small towns and start weeding these people out instead of going to Chicago. I wouldn't have done what that one guy did and said, "We're coming to Chicago first."
Tom Holman. Let me ask you this, Rick. Of all of his cabinet picks, which one do you think is the best pick? Because I've got one in particular. So which one do you think is his best?
What's that? A lady's name from Florida, Italian lady?
Pam Bondi, who is my choice. Gosh darn you. Yeah, Pam Bondi. I think that when all is said and done, that Pam Bondi is going to end up to be one of the best attorney generals in history. She's the first female attorney general. But, you talk about qualified. She's a former attorney general for the state of Florida, one of the largest states in the nation. She is a former prosecuting attorney for Hillsborough County, and she knows her stuff, and she's very, very capable. And in Trump's first impeachment trial, she represented him with Alan Dershowitz, and she is a very formidable person. No doubt about it. She's going to do a great job.
One thing I would love to see. I mean, I'm going to be 70 years old in a little while, so it's like, I hope I see it. I would love to see the Republicans, like the presidency. I'd like to see like 4 more terms of Republicans, and this country will be straightened out.
Hell yes, everybody would.
I'll tell you what, I was not a big fan, as I said on the air, of J.D. Vance, but I'm coming around, and I think J.D. Vance so far has done very well for himself. He's presenting himself very well on television and in the news media, and he seems like he has a pretty decent chance of becoming Trump's successor.
It's kind of a hard act to follow when you think about it, though, because when you look at Donald Trump, he's probably got one of the most strongest personalities ever to be a politician in our country, even in the world.
Absolutely.
And how are you going to be?
He's the most popular person on earth.
Yeah, and it's tough to be his sidekick. It's tough to be his Robin to Trump's Batman,
you're right.
So.
It's gonna be a tough act to follow, no doubt about it. But I will say,
keeping on, guys.
Rick, I got to say something.
Merry Christmas, Rick.
Rick.
Merry Christmas, Rick.
Rick, I got to say something. What he said, it was the best thing that happened that Trump got defeated this last 4 years before this, because nobody's going to vote for Mike Pence. Nobody.
Oh, I agree.
So now what happens, you have Vance, you have Elon Musk, you have Kennedy. That's a power team. So what happened with Trump, I thought he got
Tulsi Gabbard's going to be good, too.
Yeah. So the Democrats have nobody. They have AOC that's going to run. And
just remember something, though. Just wait a minute. Just remember something. They said the same thing during H.W. Bush's term. They said, well, the Republicans are going to control for years and years and years to come. And, Bush had 80% popularity, and all of a sudden this guy out of Arkansas comes out of nowhere and defeats him. So, although Ross Perot certainly helped in that, in that situation, but you never say never.
Good call, Rick.
All right, let's take a quick break. It's the morning call with Tom Dabertin. It's the Christmas show with MX, Mad Mac, Adriana, and Matt, and we will be right back. You're listening to WJOB 1230 and 104.7 FM. We'll be right back.
Because Tesla's stock is like doubled since the election.
But it puts him actually, I believe, number 3 in the wealthiest people in history. Rockefeller, they still claim, would if you
current dollars.
Yeah, current dollars, he'd be worth about $700 billion. And I think Carnegie is second, and then Elon Musk. But Elon Musk is moving up fast. By the way, just for listeners and viewers, I see that our producer team has switched spots, and now Adriana is in the hot seat. And she's going to do traffic and weather because we ought to do it. So do you want to do traffic and weather?
Hey, you got to put your mic on. Come on, girl.
We're having a little technical difficulty, with the mic, and as soon as she gets it
MX
live,
walks right in front of the camera.
Well, MX doesn't care.
So yes, I tell you,
what you doing?
There we go. Now
all
we can
right,
hear.
now
Sorry.
there's Adriana. Good morning, Adriana. You want to do
morning.
traffic and weather?
Yes, I can do traffic and weather. So currently right now at the Track and Van Sales Studios, it is 35 degrees. Today we are seeing highs of 38 degrees with a few flurries this morning, otherwise breezy with low clouds. And tonight, low clouds with a low of 26 degrees. Moving forward into the rest of the week, we are seeing that on Thursday, we are having a breezy afternoon with highs of 35 degrees and a little snow at times with a low of 30 degrees. On Friday, we are seeing highs of 36 degrees, mainly cloudy, and a little snow, and then a low of 17 degrees with cloudy and cooler weather into the nighttime. And then taking a look at traffic in the Northwest region is looking pretty good. Klein Avenue South to the north is going to look a little heavy in traffic. The Skyway is looking pretty good, going both ways. We are seeing Lakeshore Drive is a little heavy in traffic. The merger from the Dan Ryan is looking a little heavy in traffic right there at I-57 South. We are seeing that the Eisenhower Expressway going east and going west is looking pretty heavy in traffic. The Stevenson Expressway going north is looking a little heavy. Going south is looking pretty good. Then we are seeing that on 94 East and 94 West, looking a bit heavy in traffic up in that Chicagoland region. We do have a hit and run on the left of the Tri-State I-294 going south. An earlier accident on the Kennedy I-90 going west. And then just slow traffic on the Tri-State tollways. And then an accident, 2 left lanes blocked on Tri-State I-294 north before Plainfield Road.
And let me just give the weather update for Pompano Beach, Florida. Today is a high of 80 and a low of 69. Tomorrow, a high of 80 and a low of 66, so kind of cooling off there. And let's see. Oh, my gosh. Well, on Friday, it's going to be 80 and 66. Well,
I just realized as I gave traffic and weather, I was about to ask, what is the temperature in the pool? Because I haven't produced your show since the summer.
well, you know what? The pool's closed for the year, but the pool in Pompano Beach is open.
There you go.
And it's probably about 80-some degrees.
About 80-something degrees.
Yeah,
there you go.
and yeah, I mean, actually, so Adriana, I haven't gotten to talk to you lately, but the last time I was down in Florida, we were down there, and Don and I were sitting out. We went out for dinner, and we said we wanted an outside, table. And the woman looks at us, and she's like, well, it's cold out. Okay, it was 77 degrees at 6 p.m., and she's wearing like a flannel jacket because it was 77 degrees. So, yeah.
You go to San Francisco, and the kids are like, let's go swimming. Yeah, well, and people are like, are you insane? No, man, it's like 65 out where I'm from. It's like 0,
It's unbelievable. 845-1100 is the number to call in if you want to
Hey, we got
be part of the big show here.
We'll do a quick little explanation here. Can you zoom in on this little picture that we got on the bar stool here?
Yes, it can.
So this is my little buddy Reed, who lives in Hammond, and he is the son of a loyal WJOB caller. We'll just call her Nurse Sarah. But this is her little son Reed. So we made up this thing yesterday. Reed colored a wreath for our show. And so Sarah came up with this little idea of Reed in a wreath instead of, what is it, Elf on the Shelf or whatever?
And he's wearing the Elf on the Shelf costume.
Yeah, so this kid's probably about maybe, he's got to be maybe 4
About as
foot and
tall
a
as you.
couple. Yeah, but he's only in kindergarten right now. He's only 5.5 years old. But and Sarah is the one who actually during COVID, when my ma got real sick, all of a sudden we found out we needed an oxygen machine for it. And of course, you couldn't leave your house. Nobody can talk to you. You can't make a phone call. So I put something on Facebook, and then Sarah's like, "Oh my God, you're that idiot." Well, she didn't say idiot. She's like, "Oh,
Probably did.
You're that guy, Mad Mac, and I'll help you. I can help you." Blah blah
Adriana,
blah.
what do you think? I think she said idiot, right?
She may have, yeah, but within it didn't even take. It took maybe 12 to 13 hours. And Sarah, with her company, whose name I don't know, but she might not want me even saying it on the air, but she had an oxygen machine at my mom's house during COVID when we called up every place on the planet. We must have made 100 phone calls trying to find one, and literally delivered to the place where we had my mom, saving her life, literally.
Well,
because without it, she'd be in dire straits.
Let's just go back and give Reed credit for Reed in a wreath.
How about this one?
He's got a fantastic
Sarah
coloring thing.
Did a great job coloring it. It looks great. Thank you so much, Reed in a wreath, and his mom, Sarah.
Sarah, maybe next year he'll be wearing a dirt bike helmet in a dirt bike uniform.
You never know. He's living down in Lowell right now, so
That's a good place to start.
I think Sarah is probably.
He could be a little MX.
A lot of open land down there, baby.
Yes. Well, again, Reed in a wreath. It's very cute. So 845-1100. We I think you want to do another. Okay.
Well, here we got a phone call.
Oh, we have a phone call,
Yeah.
so we'll take the phone call first. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, you guys were talking about Pam Bondi?
Yes.
Okay, well, obviously she's extremely intelligent, but can we all agree? Is that not the finest 59-year-old woman you've ever seen? Man!
You must have seen the underwear picture, huh?
She is. She's
Jesus.
very attractive. There's no doubt about it. But she is, again, I love what one of the commentators on MSNBC said, which is she is the liberals' worst nightmare because she is totally qualified for the position. The Democrats have said there's it's going to be impossible to vote against her because her qualifications are some of the strongest that anybody who served as Attorney General in recent years have had. So she's very qualified. Yeah.
Oh, she's a genius. But man, when I saw she was 59 years old, I'm like, this chick's got the what's that thing called? The where you stop aging, the I don't know.
The gene where
Ponce de Leon or whatever you call it. Fountain of Youth. Fountain of Youth.
She's found the Fountain of Youth. Yes, very very attractive woman. But again, it's her qualifications that are very strong, very very strong.
Yeah. And one person that I really do want to see in action, I do want to see Cash Patel because that Christopher Wray ain't nothing but a weasel. He's lied to this whole country for God knows how long. He knew that laptop was real, and I want Cash to dig up and see how much he's Biden has robbed this country of.
In Christopher Wray's defense, his predecessor was I think far worse than Christopher Wray.
That's like saying
Comer.
The guy you replaced who killed 12 kids, this guy only killed 6.
Comey.
Christopher Wray was a weasel from the second he got in there.
But I think
Trump just didn't have any choice. He didn't know who to pick.
Kash Patel is an interesting choice because he's going to shake things up. I will say that one of the things Trump has done, which I think the American voter was looking for, which is to bring in individuals into his cabinet that are change agents, and he's definitely bringing in change agents. And whether you like them or not, he's going to make a lot of difference. I mean, I have to say that one of the other things that really surprises me is that I believe Trump has nominated more women to serve in his cabinet than any president in history, which is also interesting. Yeah. He's found very qualified individuals, men and women, to serve in his cabinet. And, I think Marco Rubio is going to be a very good Secretary of State. I think that, he made a mistake on Matt Gaetz initially.
Yeah, that's almost perplexing on how he could have picked that dude.
Well, but at the same time, he did a terrific job on the second round with Pam Bondi.
Right, but how do you make such a mistake when without making a phone call and going, "Hey, are we clear to put this guy up?"
Well, Tulsi Gabbard, I think for Director of National Intelligence is a good choice. I think that you've got Walls, not Walls. What's his name? The guy that's going to be head of the CIA. He's a congressman. Very, very qualified. There's a lot of very good people, but they're change agents. And I think the American people are looking for change right now. And speaking of change, I see that none other than Jed Dietlow is here because Jed wants to join in this fun this morning.
Jimmy Dietlow, where's he at?
He walked away. Go ahead.
Can you do me one favor? Just get Jed in the studio on camera and put that Trump flag on him like a cape and let him walk around the studio with that Trump flag like that.
Yeah, you know what? Jed just walked out. He just walked out.
Yeah, he's going down to Mont's office right now.
All right.
Get him back in there.
Thanks so much for calling. 845-1100 is the number. We have another caller, so we're going to go right to the caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Jed couldn't take it. He had to show up. He got a little nervous, a little squirmy. He had some true personalities on the radio. Hey, I wish this would be a standing show because it's a breath of fresh air from the regular stuff that's on there. But
it's a standing show, all right. It's standing from the standpoint of being one of the low points, but
it's standing and about to be toppled if Jimmy comes back in here before it's 8:00. But
hey, well, that's that paranoia kicking in. He couldn't stand it. He had to come in, but. I just wish you guys would put a show together, stick with it. It's time.
Well, would you like to know what Mayor Eddie Melton got for his Christmas gift? Would you like to know that?
Well,
sure.
It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny when Millsap was on there, and then Jed got all excited and said, "Oh, Eddie Melton's on the line," and then he Millsap called his bluff, and Eddie Melton
turned and ran, and he didn't want to be in the air with him. But that's another subject. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, Eddie Melton, that's number 50, Adriana. Eddie Melton actually got stock in U.S. Steel. He got stock in U.S. Steel.
Wow.
Well, what happened here is I asked Eddie Melton, what is your plan if Nippon reneges on the deal with U.S.? And Eddie Melton said, why don't you call me mayor? Why ain't you calling me mayor? I never got the return back of if they're going to renege. I wish Eddie Melton, he has no plan if they're going to renege. And Millsap's come in there, who is my union leader, my union boss, and he explained over the radio that Nippon and Japan violated every trade law there is in this country. So, if they dumped, like you couldn't believe, Nippon, you have to listen to a man like Millsaps. He's very intelligent. But Eddie Millsaps, I hope everybody remembered it, about the renege part, he never answered my question. But Millsaps did.
All right, there you go. Hey, thanks for calling.
Keep it up.
845-1100. We are going to go to number 90, since we talked about Christopher Ray. Number 90. All right, and this is a Christmas gift for Christopher Ray. Number 90, when it comes up, we'll get to it. And Jed needs to come in actually for the next one. Jed, you need to come in. Wait, you're gonna get an extra diploma.
He looks like he's trying to land a plane on an aircraft carrier.
Jed, you look worried.
He's waving so much.
I don't have a number 90.
We don't have a number 90.
Number 90?
It's Christopher Ray as Sergeant Schultz.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. It's a guy wearing a helmet.
Christopher Ray as Sergeant Schultz saying that he knows nothing.
I have an 80.
Maybe I didn't send it. It's possible.
It's okay.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, not the end of the world. But.
So we have do number 30. Do number 30. 30 is fairly harmless. 30 is fairly harmless. And that is that one is, and Jed can see it on the monitor.
I don't have a 30 either.
We don't have a monitor number 30.
Yes, you have to have a 30.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. Well, what is it anyway?
It's the Trump University diploma for Jed. There you go.
Yes.
Actually, Jed did get 2 coffee mugs because I felt bad that his he left his coffee mug at the Kris Kringle Market. So he's actually got 2 real gifts on his desk over there.
There it is, Trump University, that one.
That one. Okay, there we go. So Trump
Did we put a
University.
number on that guy?
No. Trump University. There
we go, number 30.
James Eddie Delo.
Graduate of Trump University, Mar-a-Lago, an honorary degree. Hey, and it looks like, Jimmy, you graduated summa cum laude and last in your class. I'm not sure how you pulled that off.
And this
but.
come from a caller. The caller, not a caller, but a listener.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun being on the radio, and I really enjoyed.
We still got the license, Jimmy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The license is intact. The show may not be.
Hey, Jed, check on the camel out there, huh?
I found the other one you guys were talking about.
The Christopher Ray?
Yes.
All right, there's the Christopher Ray, I know nothing about the 26 informers. That was interesting.
Can you believe that?
Because, no, I have to say, there's been such a downplaying of the claim that there were informants in the crowd. I mean, he denied it in a congressional inquiry. ABC News and other organizations have said that it was totally false. And then it comes out that, there were 26 FBI informants in the crowd on January 6th. And once again, for those of us who try to play the kind of the middle of the road, we're more centrist in our views, it really causes you to think, because once again, the government lied about their involvement in January 6th.
Well, I mean, because you go back and look at everything Trump said, and it even started back in 2015 when he was running. He said, hey, he got a call from a guy when he was in Trump Tower, and the guy, he says, you got to get out of Trump Tower, man. You're being bugged. They are bugging you right now. So Trump moved out of Trump Tower and went over to his golf course in Jersey. And everybody said, oh, Trump's crazy. And then virtually everything this guy is accused the government of, we were told by the media was a lie. And then it turns out 6 and 8 and 10 and 12 months later or 2 years later, he was totally right. How many times did they let Adam Schiff go on TV and say, I've got the proof of Russian collusion, and nothing ever, not a scintilla of evidence against it. And now they're bringing that D-bag back on the morning shows, Adam Schiff, to sell Russian collusion again.
He's coming on because he's going to be a U.S. Senator now.
Right, but I mean, the point is that the guy lied for 4 years about this.
He did lie, but he got elected by the voters of
yeah, but worse is that he's been elected and nominated and certified as a man of the purveyor of the truth with the media. They put him on every single week, and the guy is lying.
He is. He is definitely a liar. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
And then you go to January 6th, what you're talking about.
Well, what I didn't, what
guys
I really
waving
found,
people in, come on in,
well,
come on
what
in.
I found very strange about Adam Schiff is that after they debunked the laptop, for example, okay, after they debunked some of the things that they
you hear
claimed.
That?
Yep.
They got to arrest your camel.
Here they come.
Coming to get your camel. Yeah.
Thank God they went by.
That again, after all the things that he claimed was debunked, he comes out and basically doesn't get held accountable by the news media.
Nobody does.
Somebody is going to be accountable. Liz Cheney.
Well, let's do number 95.
Let me finish this one. Finish it. House report recommends Liz Cheney be investigated for potential criminal witness tampering against Trump. This is the hottest story to come out. I posted it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. But you know what? I really hope Trump does what he says, which is he's going to get revenge through his success, and that they don't go and they don't hold a bunch of hearings and trials and indictments because it just looks as bad as what they did to him. But
yeah, but if they did something illegal.
Well, if they did something illegal, I agree. But
I mean everybody came out and said the laptop was fake. The United States Department of Justice.
I agree with you. Look, John Brennan.
And they knew the entire time.
And John Brennan's still showing up on CNN as a regular
commentator. Right, that's what I mean. It's the guy, there's a guy named Brett Stevens who is he's a columnist for the New York Times. Been there forever, a never Trumper from day one. And he just put out a column yesterday saying, I'm done with the never Trumper group. And he says, how is it that these transgressions allegedly Trump did, we investigate those things like they're like he killed babies or something, and yet everybody knows that the Clinton Foundation is just a grease machine for the Clintons. That Biden, when you look at the financial records on the laptop, there's no conclusion you can make other than when you take in $24 million, where did it go then? And it went to the Biden family.
And here's a nice thing.
And it's just like no big deal.
The American public voted in change, and we're going to see what change
10% for the big guy.
Let's take a quick break. It's the Morning Call Christmas Show with Tom Dabertin, MX, Mad Mac, Adriana, Matt. And we'll even throw Jet under the bus on WJOB 1230 AM on 104.7 FM. We'll be right back. And I'm joined by none other than Mad Mac and MX.
Good morning.
And we need to do number 80, Adriana, which is the MX Superman.
We got to bank through some of these kind of quick, but.
Oh, here we go.
MX is Superman.
So what happens here is they're going to throw more money at Gary Airport. And way back when Mad Mac and us first started hanging around, Mad Matt made the comment, the only thing that flies out of Gary Airport is MX. And I have a lot of tracks there near the Gary Airport. I don't ride anymore. But what that means, they put all this money in the Gary Airport, and they're going to do more, and it's just not going to work. And plus, I'm hunting for these drones.
Remember how many times they said that? Oh, yeah, we're going to have a passenger airlines coming out.
You know
of there.
what? Here's the big problem. Okay, and I know they're talking about it again. And by the way, I'm one of the people that used to fly when Pan Am, the startup Pan Am, used to fly out of Gary, and I loved it. Okay, I flew to the Orlando area, to Sanford, and it was wonderful to fly out of there. No problem. But there is a shortfall of over 5,000 pilots for the major airlines right now. So the airlines aren't going to take on any additional locations. In fact, they've shuttered a number of locations. My my wife's son lives in Iowa, for example, and they shuttered a number of their commercial airports because they can't get enough.
Wait, I got
pilots
the
to
solution.
land.
You just do DEI. You just keep lowering the standards till someone decides to sit their ass in the plane and go.
No, we're not going to lower standards.
Why not? What's wrong with that? What are you?
Well,
what are you, a coward?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
what are you,
sure.
racist? What's wrong with you?
I'm
Anybody.
a coward. I'm a coward.
Anybody can fly.
But again, it's a challenge that even if they wanted to right now, for them to find an airline to fly out of Gary would be almost impossible.
How dare you? How dare you say Eddie Haskell, the mayor of Gary, cannot pull this
That's
off?
not going to happen anytime soon because the airlines don't have pilots.
Renege. Remember that word, renege.
Hey, how about picture 120? We got to make sure we give our guy credit here. See if we can get that quickly, because this would be our. It should be a picture of is that 120? Oh my God, that's 120. Well,
That's 120.
That's your rate. How about 125?
There's no 125.
There is no 125.
How about a picture of our producer Matt?
How about number?
There he is.
Number 70.
All right, there's Matt.
There you go.
That's the one we wanted to give award to the Young Conservative of the Year award from the region. That would be our producer Matt. And how do I say your last name? Coffee?
Kaufman.
Our future.
Kaufman.
That's our future, and he's doing a great job.
Coffee or Kaufman? Go ahead.
What did Kamala Harris say? You
Whatever.
were stupid?
You'd go by Smith today. You don't want to have your
What
real
did
name used associated with the show.
Matt, remember when Kamala Harris said everybody under 20 is stupid? That helped you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, we have just to clarify, our producers today are Matt Smith and Adriana Jones.
There we go. Yeah.
Matt and Adriana.
Now look who's stupid now.
Everyone
It's
under
Kamala
20
Harris.
stupid. I got 2 more weeks and then I'm not stupid anymore. I'm good.
Oh, you're 20. You're going to be 21.
I'll be 21
Oh,
January
you'll be 21.
2nd.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I thought you meant
All
you
right.
graduate. You're going to graduate.
In
Nope.
2 weeks. In 2
A little
weeks.
longer.
About 2 weeks, yeah, because Christmas is next week and the week after.
So you
Don't go to the bar for your 21st birthday. though.
So you actually, when is your birthday?
January 2nd.
January 2nd. Wow, that's interesting.
Well, she'll be coming off one hangover going into an. Hey, don't do that.
Oh.
I got 3 girls. I know that deal, man.
Well, congratulations. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Yep, so I got 2 weeks and then
There you
won't
go.
be under 20 anymore. We're good.
There
We
you
won't be
go.
stupid.
Then you'll be doing all that bad stuff legally. Oh God.
Oh,
Your father's
how
got
about
to be
number
having a heart attack.
95? Let's do
95.
95. Yes, this is an ode to Nancy
There we go.
Pelosi and to the Redneck Riviera. You
As she
wanna
falls
explain
down
that,
the
Max?
marble stairs in Europe.
We really do make our own hooch up there.
I'm sure you do.
And you drink maybe a half a cup, and you'll start acting like Nancy Pelosi.
So-
normally.
Stumbling down the
let me
marble
tell you,
stairs.
Let me tell you, the one caller brought up Pierogi Fest this morning. There's a homemade hooch called Krupnik, and Mark Kelwinski, who's a councilman out of Hammond, first.
Oh
district.
yeah, Mr.
Mark-
Ice Skating Rink.
Mark makes homemade Krupnik every year and brings it to the parade.
Does he make it in his bathtub?
I have no idea how he makes it. All I know is that the stuff is way too smooth. You drink a couple shots of that, and you'll push a lawnmower into anywhere and any one. That stuff is very, very smooth. So just a shout out to Mark Kelwinski on that.
All right, hit the next one, bro, because the clock is a ticking.
Better do this one. Go
Okay,
ahead.
number 5.
Let's see if I can remember what number.
The call of the year, number 5.
Oh my God! Yeah, this is the Dave Kuziak Soundbite Award.
Yes, we actually got, like I said before, when Mad Mac does something,
So does this actually work?
it doesn't
So
anymore.
this is a picture of a toilet for those of you who are not
Could you
on,
do the toilet flush? The
WJOB.
call of the year.
But it
was
doesn't
on
make
Dave
the sound.
Kuziak.
I thought it made the sound.
It did. You know, it took
MX was
13
too
days.
cheap to get the batteries. Yeah, but MX came to my house one day, put a gun to my head, and said, "Hey, dude, you call in right now, or I'm going to pull a trigger, and you put your phone in the toilet." And flush it."
Stories that aren't really true.
So I was forced to do that. It was MX's idea.
So again, we're gonna
Dave, take it out on MX. I'll give you his address if you need.
We're
it.
going to reiterate: if Mad Mac does something, in 30 seconds I know, and I never got the call about him being a terrorist.
I deny everything.
Was there something in this because something fell out?
Yeah, there was.
There was a turd before. But
That was the
anyways.
camel
All
turd.
right, hit the next number.
All right.
What else we got here, boys?
Did you hit the toilet flush?
Yeah, we can't find it.
We can't find it. No big deal.
There you go.
Trump and all.
All right, whatever. Sure. You guys go for it.
Number 15, Trumpanol.
Hey, listen, it takes a lot of effort to come up with brilliant ideas. They're not all brilliant, so if you think pulling off this show is easy, give me a break.
All right. The Trumpanol is the Trump derangement syndrome
pills.
That's a good graphic, too, by the way.
Really
That's
very
really
good
well.
graphic.
Did you make that, or did
no,
you
that's
you
one
stole that from someone else?
And MAGA strength.
Well, we got, if you listen to WJOB the night of the election.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Were those guys on the verge of jumping
You know,
out
we only pick on people that we like. So this is for Matt Reardon, Kevin Pastrick. Matt takes things really good, and so does Kevin.
Kevin's a really good guy.
Yeah,
but
so
they were
really good guy.
Reardon was literally said on here, he goes, I can't believe anybody would vote for this
And let me just say, I want to apologize to Cousin Phyllis, to, to Verley, to Dave Pastrick, to Matt Reardon, to Kevin Pastrick, to Jed Dietelo, to anyone else locally who's been
eviscerated,
offended, or otherwise by
if you didn't get a cartoon,
program.
we only give a cartoon to the people we like, and we know who to lay off. We know.
There you go.
And the apology came from Tom Dabertin, not me. I'll just be clear about that.
Well, you don't know how to apologize, period, so.
Like, I don't know who said he had never apologized. Did Donald Trump say that, I think? Let's go.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, so anyway, what else we got? We got anything else here? We got Jed Subaru. Oh, yeah. Jed missed the Subaru.
We got
picture.
the Subaru.
We got the Subaru.
We did DFG up in Lily White Miller Beach.
All right, we have the MX, what?
Clown of the Month.
MX Clown of the Month.
George Stephanopoulos.
Oh, George Stephanopoulos.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a guy who definitely deserves Clown of the Month. So the guy basically falsely claims that Trump was found guilty of rape. And what's really amazing is George Stephanopoulos, by the way, is actually a member of the New York Bar. He actually has a law degree. He's never practiced law, but he's a member of the New York Bar. So my question is, does Stephanopoulos get disbarred for this? Because he I believe there were 10 counts of defamation in the broadcast where he's interviewing Nancy Mason. He says 10 times that Trump was convicted of rape.
Yeah, because he must have, and he got all 10 out. What, maybe 45 seconds?
Yeah, I mean it was rapid fire. You're right.
It was deliberate. It was intentional. Stephanopoulos knew that.
But Stephanopoulos, I mean, so ABC is forking over $15 million for the future Trump presidential library and $1 million to his attorneys.
Yeah.
And this is an out-of-court settlement, so that tells you how clearly the defamation was. I mean, there was no doubt about it. They settled it very quickly. And $16 million total is nothing to sneeze at for a settlement.
Yeah, but for ABC, I mean, that's couch cushion money.
They got Trump for $45 million.
Well, so the question is, how long before networks like ABC truly wise up? I mean, I know Elon Musk is,
they'll never wise up. They'll never ever wise up.
I believe that they have to change their tone to keep viewers.
Absolutely not.
Unlike when we were all kids. There are so many other options. I mean, you don't sit down now and just take out the remote, or as Donna calls it, the clicker. Drives me nuts. She calls the remote the clicker. Where's the clicker? The what? The clicker. Oh, the dog's sitting on the clicker. It's like the clicker. It doesn't click. Anyway, I think it's only a matter of time when the networks realize they're not drawing the audiences that they used to draw. They don't have the dominance that they used to have.
still make money though because their production cost. Yeah, but they get a ton of advertising.
Look, one of my friends in local Chicago news said that Fox is already starting this. Fox Chicago, they have their citizen reporter crew where they're getting people on site very quickly for things like accidents and fires. They have people using their phones now, and it's a matter of time before you see a huge shift in local news, and I think you're going to see it in national news. Why would ABC want to pay David Muir $20 million a year to read the news?
Because he's good looking and women love him.
but he's such a disaster. They can find somebody else that's good looking that isn't such a disaster.
Well, I mean, at least MSNBC, or NBC, with the parent, I think it's who the hell's the parent? Isn't it Comcast? Yeah.
Comcast.
So I mean, they're starting to ditch MSNBC because who's the two people?
Well, they're going to get rid of MSNBC. They're spinning it off.
Yeah, they're going to let that go, and they're going to
Joy
send
Reid
that
Joy
good-looking
Reid and
man-child woman named Rachel Maddow. They're going to spin
Rachel
her
Maddow
off into the universe.
Joy Reid,
so.
Rachel Maddow's already taken a cut in pay, but chances are MSNBC doesn't survive if they spin it off very long.
Well, they said Elon Musk might buy it just for fun to spite him.
Well, Elon Musk actually joked and said, "Why don't I just buy everything? Why don't I buy NBC too?" So,
can you imagine how funny would that?
Well,
be?
I mean, think about it. You're worth $412 billion. You can buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you could buy some countries if you wanted.
Yeah, can you talk about scratching out a check, huh?
He's talked about it, but at the end of the day, I think you're going to see. I disagree with you. I think you're going to see a huge shift in broadcast news. One of the other things that a friend of mine, again, who's an on-air personality, and I've got lots of them, as you know, in Chicago, told me that
name dropper.
Well, I'm not going to say who this is though, but they said that you have to look at the ratings that MeTV and some of the others that run reruns at 10 o'clock are actually doing better financially than ABC. CBS, NBC, WGN, because they're paying almost nothing for those reruns, and they're getting about the same amount of revenue on the ad revenue.
But these guys are. I'll go back to 2016 on the day after Donald Trump won the election, and a guy named Mark Levine, who is a very renowned legal scholar, and he's on a national radio show.
He used to be with the Attorney General's office.
Literally the day after, everybody's excited. Trump won, thank God, blah, blah, blah. And he literally says, listen, you people, you can keep that smile on your face here for about 10 more seconds, because the amount of hell that the Democrats and the media and the left-wing psychos are going to create to destroy Donald Trump, you can't even fathom what they're going to do. And they did it, though.
But I don't
they're
think
already trying.
Dick
Durbin's already planning. Everybody's planning.
But look at Jeff.
I think it'll be different, but they're going to do it.
Bezos owns the Washington Post.
Yeah.
He's already pivoted. The Washington Post is clearly pivoting. I think you're going to see, you're never going to see 100%, but I think you're going to see a little bit,
like you say, but I mean,
you're going to see a lot of migration to a more centrist position.
Yeah, the Washington Post just put out from their editorial board, they go, hey, we think we got this transgender thing wrong. Maybe it is damaging to kids to have a 10-year-old girl.
Well, the Los Angeles
remove
Times
her breast or remove the penis of a 5-year-old boy.
What about
it's
the
like,
Los Angeles
out
Times?
Of your minds?
Los Angeles Times is making a pivot as well.
Yeah.
It's owned by I believe he's a foreign individual that originally from
the guy who owns it now. Yeah.
And he has basically said, no, we're not going to play these games anymore. So I think as you see some of those organizations pivot, if they show success, I think others are going to follow. Again, do I believe that all the news media is going to be pivoting to the right? No, I think they're going to find themselves more in the center than they've been. I think they've been too far to the left. So
to say that they'll shift to a little to the right or back to the center, but you're talking about like an inch versus they got 10,000 miles to go.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? We have actually completed 2 hours.
There's a woman here
of the
kicking us
Morning
out of
Call
here, so
Christmas show. So we are going to end the show, and we will be back. By the way, don't forget, I'll be back next Thursday, the 26th, and then on the 2nd of January, because the next 2 Wednesdays are holidays. So I'll be here on Thursday, the 26th, and then Thursday.
So are they
going
to rerun this show like on a loop?
I would hope
not.
Tape? On an 8-track. That's what they're going to do.
Because that's all we got here going. Is
look, you have a great day. It's the Morning Call on WJOB, 12:30 a.m., 104.7
Merry Christmas,
FM.
everybody. Hey,
absolutely. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next Thursday. And